Oh, wow. Okay, you actually have to try this tapioca.
I'm really not sure I do.
No, seriously, it is perfectly chewy, absolute oishi status. It has that, that perfect little bit of resistance.
I'll take your word for it. I'm still processing the whole cheese foam on tea concept. It just feels like it violates a few laws of physics.
Its texture, it's about the mouthfeel.
It separates in a way that looks deeply unnatural.
Okay, fine. But speaking of texture, can we talk about the emotional texture of this stack? Because I am, like, literally vibrating. The Runaways finale.
Ah, yes. Starting with the children?
The children. They are the ultimate found family. I mean, we just finished the Pride and Joy arc from November 2003, and my heart is just so full,
Right.
especially when Gertrude finds old lace, that instant bond. It is peak kawaii. It's a girl and her dinosaur, and honestly, it's relatable.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Because we all, of course, have a genetically engineered velociraptor from the 31st century hidden in the basement
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. Metaphorically, it's about finding that one person or, creature who gets you when you feel completely alone in your own house.
I'm just going to put the hook right out there.
Yeah.
Is this the best new team, or is it just the Breakfast Club with a dinosaur? Because, I mean, let's be practical. Hiding a dinosaur in LA.
Here we go.
No, think about it. The zoning laws alone would be a nightmare. And the food bill. You can't feed a raptor on, like, table scraps. We are talking hundreds of pounds of raw meat weekly. Where are they getting that?
You are such a buzzkill. This is our whole dynamic, isn't it? I'm here for the vibes, the aesthetic, the emotional core, and you're worried about permits and metabolic rate.
Someone has to worry about the permits. It's called world building. But okay. Let's look at the roadmap for today, because we have a lot to get through.
We do.
The source material from November 2003 is pretty dense. We have the conclusion of the Runaways' origin. We have the Fantastic Four causing a major international incident.
A major.
And then we have the speed round, Ultimate Spider-Man, Exiles, and let's say, a very dictator-ish Thor.
And what's our mission for this deep dive?
To determine if these stories actually hold up or if they're just propped up by forced plot devices, does cool aesthetic trump logical consistency? Because I have some serious notes on Reed Richards.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, let's do it. Let's start with Runaways, issues number 5 and 6, the big finale of Pride and Joy.
Right. So, just to set the stage for you, the concept is brutal. The kids' parents are this super criminal cabal called the Pride. They control all of Los Angeles. And the kids, Alex, Nico, Carolina, Chase, Gert, and Molly, they witnessed their parents murder a young girl in some kind of ritual.
Which is, that is just the most traumatic way to find out your parents are villains. They saw it happen.
Exactly. So now the parents are hunting them.
Right.
And they're not just using their powers, they're using their resources. The police, for instance. Lieutenant Flores is on their payroll.
That's what makes it so terrifying. The kids can't go to the authorities. The people who are supposed to protect them are the ones coming after them. The paranoia is just baked into the story.
The paranoia is the engine, I agree. But let's talk about the execution. Specifically, the tech and the powers. We have Chase Stein, who just sort of finds the fisticuns.
They're so cool, though. They're these big, industrial, flame-throwing gauntlets.
They're just lying around at his dad's workshop. It feels a little convenient.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, a high-tech super weapon that fits me perfectly and doesn't have, say, a password. If these parents are criminal masterminds, you'd think they'd lock up their hardware.
But that's the symbolism. They're stealing their inheritance. They're taking the tools their parents were using for evil and repurposing them. Chase is the jock, the disappointment. Right. Him taking those gloves is him taking the power his parents never thought he deserved.
Symbolically, I can see that. Mechanically, as a plot point, it's a bit lazy. But speaking of inheritance, let's talk about Carolina's transformation.
You mean when she goes full magical girl?
The glow stick routine, yes. It's certainly a visual.
It's iconic. She takes off this medical alert bracelet she's worn her whole life thinking it's for an allergy or something.
And she's an alien.
She's a Magizedanian, a being of pure light.
All right.
And the bracelet was a dampener, a suppressor. It's such a perfect metaphor for, repression and finally letting your true self shine. It's beautiful.
I'll grant you, it's a strong visual. Now, Nico Minoru, finding the Staff of One, that I found interesting. The mechanics of it.
It comes out of her mom.
Well, her mom absorbs it into her chest, and then Nico has to basically pull it out of her. But the trigger, the fact that it only comes out when she bleeds, that's gritty.
It is.
It adds a real cost to the magic. It's not just
Obvi-
waving a wand and saying some words. It's not just waving a wand and saying some words. You have to physically harm yourself to use your power. That grounds the fantasy in a way that feels painful and real.
Exactly. It makes every spell a sacrifice, a literal one. You have to wonder how long she can keep that up, you know? You can't just be casting spells all day if you're running on a limited blood supply.
True. But the star of the show, for you, is clearly Old Lace.
Obviously. So Gert, who's like the cynical, sarcastic one, she figures out the password to this secret room in her house.
Which Nico actually figured out was 347 plus pride.
Right. And she goes inside, and there's this huge, magnificent dinosaur.
A Deinonychus, to be specific, not a raptor. But yes, a dinosaur.
And it's a protector. Her parents explain through this hologram that it's a genetically engineered guardian sent back from the 31st century, and it has a telepathic bond with her.
And that is where the story sort of loses me.
What?
Because it's genre soup. We have magic, we have aliens, we have mad science with the fistigons, and now you're adding time travel and bioengineering to the mix. It's too much. It feels messy. It stretches my suspension of disbelief to the breaking point. Why a dinosaur? Why not a robot dog?
Because dinosaurs are cool, and it's not messy, it's eclectic. It's showing you just how far the Pride's influence reaches. They've got their hands in everything. Magic, tech, time, all of it. So the kids using these things against them is them dismantling a whole power structure. And the bond, it's an externalization of her feelings. When Gert is scared, Old Lace is scared. When she's angry, Old Lace attacks. It's her teenage angst given teeth and claws.
It is also a giant, scaly liability that is impossible to hide. But that's your point about the angst. Let's move to the climax then, the rescue mission.
Okay, yes. This part was so intense. They have to save Molly Hayes, the youngest one. She's only 11. And she's sick.
Because her mutant powers are kicking in. It's puberty as a superpower metaphor. A classic X-Men trope they're borrowing.
Right. The glowy-eyed meltdown, as they call it. And her parents are there, just trying to pretend it's the flu. The denial is so thick. And then the team crashes the party.
I have to give them credit here. Specifically, Alex Wilder.
He's the leader.
He's a kid with a laptop. But the way he organized that rescue, I was genuinely surprised. He had them on walkie-talkies, he had designated roles, he used their powers strategically, he positioned Carolina for air support, Chase as the heavy hitter.
He's the brains of the operation. He doesn't have powers, so he has to use strategy.
It was impressive. I mean, usually in these stories, the teens just stumble into a win. Alex had an actual plan.
Yeah.
And then there was the kiss.
The just-in-case kiss with Nico. It was so Urashi. It was this perfect, bittersweet moment of vulnerability. They honestly thought they might not make it out of there.
Tactical morale boosting.
You are so cynical.
Maybe. But then the fight itself, Molly wakes up.
She sure does. And she punches Mrs. Dean.
She does more than punch her.
She yeets her, like, straight through a wall and into the swimming pool. It was amazing. You have this powerful alien matriarch, and she just gets completely taken out by an 11-year-old in a cute hat.
It's a significant display of raw power. And it establishes her power set nicely. Super strong, invulnerable, but she gets exhausted and falls asleep right after. It's a classic glass cannon build. What caught my eye, though, was Alex. After Mrs. Dean gets out of the pool, Alex is the one who knocks her out, with the staff of one.
He had to. She was going to hurt Carolina.
I know, but he didn't hesitate. He saw threat apparent, and he just neutralized it. Coldly. There's a hardness there. Most kids would freeze in that situation. He didn't. He has kingpin potential if he goes down the wrong path.
Don't say that. He's the hero holding them all together.
We'll see. So after the rescue, they retreat to their new base, the hostel.
Which is this amazing sunken cave system in Bronson Canyon. It's very bad cave.
And very bad for humidity control. All their tech is going to rust.
Yeah.
But they pick their code names there.
All except Alex.
Right.
He wants to redeem his family name, not hide from it. It's so noble.
Or arrogant. But it leads me to my little conspiracy theory about this book.
Oh!
The creator, the one who curates these sources for us. I think he specifically likes this book because it validates a certain worldview. The core theme is that all adults are incompetent, evil, or liars.
That's a little harsh.
Is it? The parents are murderers, the police are corrupt, every single authority figure is a monster. It's a story that says you can't trust the system disguised as a teen adventure. I'm just saying, watch for the pattern.
Right.
Because speaking of adults you can't trust, let's talk about Reed Richards.
Okay. Fantastic Four, Volume 3, number 74. Authoritative action.
Authoritative is one word for it. Imperialistic is another.
So, to set this up for you, Dr. Doom is gone. Nobody knows where he is. And his country, Latveria, is descending into chaos. A Hungarian army is invading.
So the Fantastic Four fly in to stop it. And Sue, to her credit, puts up a massive force field between the armies, stops the invasion cold. Very effective.
But then the Latvian people, they start throwing rocks at them.
Which is heartbreaking, but
Yeah.
also completely understandable. They don't see them as saviors. They see them as American superheroes interfering in their sovereign nation, which, I mean, they are.
Right.
But it's Reed's reaction to this that is just mind-boggling.
He decides they're not going home.
He does more than that. He stages a coup. He walks into Castle Doom, takes his own Fantastic Four uniform shirt, and raises it on the flagpole. He claims authority over the entire nation.
It was a very dramatic choice.
It was completely out of character. This is Reed Richards, the man of science, of logic, of equations. When did he become a conqueror? He feels like such a forced plot device, just to create drama.
I don't know, I kind of saw it differently. I saw it as romantic. In a really desperate, passionate way. He's not doing it for power. He's doing it because he's tired of seeing these people suffer under doom. He thinks he can fix it. He thinks he can just apply his intelligence to society and solve it like a puzzle. It's a white knight moment, but the intent is noble.
The road to hell is paved with noble intentions. Why didn't he call the UN? Why not bring in Captain America? Why not consult anyone? He just decides unilaterally to occupy a country.
Maybe he thinks the UN is too slow. Maybe he thinks only he understands Doom's technology well enough to dismantle it safely. I don't think he's being an idiot. I think he's being arrogant. He believes he's the only one smart enough for the job.
And in doing so, he becomes exactly like Doom. He's an outsider imposing his will on a populace that doesn't want him there. You see the art, right? The Doombots are carrying his gear through portals. He is literally sitting in Doom's throne room.
I think that's the whole point of the story, is asking that question. At what point does a hero become a villain? How fine is that line?
It seems to be the theme of the month. Because if you look at our next book,
Let's pivot. Ultimate Spider-Man number 46. Afterwards.
right, we have Flip Marko, Sandman, locked up in a SHIELD facility. And can I just ask, what is the deal with the naked dude in a glass box alert?
Huh. It is a recurring thing, isn't it?
I mean, I get that clothes might be difficult for him, but SHIELD has the budget for, I don't know, a pair of shorts. You know, just a lot of naked Sandman.
My issue wasn't the nudity, it was the scientists.
Oh, this stupid scientist trope.
Yes, the entire facility is collapsing around them because of the last fight with Dr. Octopus, and they refuse to evacuate because the experiment is at a critical stage.
It drives me crazy. These are supposed to be the smartest people on the planet, and they have zero survival instincts. Of course, because they stay, the containment fails, and Sandman escapes.
And the fight with Spider-Man is genuinely scary. It's so claustrophobic. The artist does a great job of showing the sand just filling every space, filling Spidey's mask. You can feel the panic.
But then Sharon Carter shows up.
And she is not playing around.
No, she is not. Sandman is a rampaging monster. The building is compromised, so she just pulls out her gun and shoots him in the head.
And the bullet goes right through his sand head and hits another SHIELD agent behind him.
Collateral damage is what I call comics vernacular. In the real world, that's a massive lawsuit and an internal affairs nightmare. In comics, it's a Tuesday. She doesn't even flinch.
But her final line in the issue about how they should just off the power-crazed maniacs instead of studying them, that's dark.
Is it dark or is it just practical? They tried studying Marco, and as a result, he escaped and almost killed a dozen people. Sharon Carter is operating with a level of grim realism that most heroes avoid. Maybe the most responsible thing to do with a man who can turn into a literal sandstorm is to, neutralize the threat permanently.
But then there'd be no more villains. If she was in charge, Spider-Man's rogues gallery would be empty by noon.
You could fight jaywalkers. The city's infrastructure would be much safer.
Boring. Okay, let's keep this momentum going. It's time for the speed round.
All right. Buckle up. First up, Exiles, number 33. This one was rough. Second Farewell. So we're in a timeline where Weapon X, this version of Wolverine, is just a feral killing machine. And he's fighting Sasquatch and Morph.
The gore level was Hazukashi, like secondhand embarrassment and cringe. He slices Morph clean in half, vertically.
Which is pretty standard for Logan, honestly. But him severing Sasquatch's Achilles tendon, that's what got me. It's such a specific, visceral injury, it immediately grounds the fight in real-world pain.
But the part that really grossed me out was after they get away, Heather, who is Sasquatch, is bleeding out, and Morph. He turns parts of his own body into sutures to stitch her up.
It's pure body horror. It's ingenious from a power usage standpoint, but it is just disgusting to look at. He is literally weaving himself into her wound.
Horrifying. But then you get that romantic gut punch. Heather reveals that in her timeline, she and Logan were married.
And she's the one who killed him. It completely flips the script. Usually, Wolverine is the tragic one who's lost his great love. Here, she has to fight the monstrous version of the man she loved and was forced to kill. It's an incredibly dark twist.
And then she gets teleported away by the time broker right when they're having a moment. It's so unfair.
It is the nature of their job.
Yeah.
Next up, Thor, Volume 2, number 68, The Reigning.
Oh, this one. So we jump 17 years into the future, and Thor is the ruler of Earth.
He's a dictator. Let's just call it what it is. He's another hero who broke bad. He solved war. He solved hunger by taking away everyone's freedom.
It's the theme of the week. Why is everyone trying to be a dictator?
It's a fascinating question. It seems to be a real anxiety in the comics of this era. What happens when heroes decide they know best? In this future, Jane Foster is hiding Scarlet Witch's baby.
And Loki is a bureaucrat.
That was the most chilling part. Loki, the god of mischief, is now the master of chaos, and he runs the processing center for dissidents. When chaos becomes part of the system, that's terrifying.
It's institutionalized evil. And it's the exact same dilemma as the Fantastic Four book. At what point does protection become oppression?
I think the answer these books are giving is the moment you decide you have the right to rule, the moment you put your shirt on that flagpole.
Agreed. Okay, last two. Elektra number 27 and Daredevil number 51.
Right. Elektra's story is simple and effective. She's hired to assassinate a dictator in Africa. She does. Mission accomplished. Sort of. It's clean, professional, very much in character. But the Daredevil issue,
Yeah.
we get Echo's backstory.
And it was beautiful. The watercolor art style, the exploration of her deafness and her heritage. It was so emotional.
It was pretty. But the source text we were given calls it a complete waste of comics.
That's so mean.
And I think that points to the creator's bias.
Yeah.
He wants plot. He wants things to happen. Explosions, tactics, forward momentum, an artsy issue that's all about character and feeling. He sees it as a speed bump.
Well, I disagree with him. I loved it. You need those quiet moments to make the loud ones matter.
You would say that. You're here for the poetry. I'm here for the schematics.
So when we put it all together, what was November 2003 all about?
I think it was dominated by two major themes. First, parental issues, which is the entire engine of Runaways. Kids forced to confront the terrible legacy of their parents.
And second, heroes breaking bad. Read Thor. It's a real deconstruction of the classic hero archetype. The adults are failing, they're becoming the monsters, so the kids and the next generation have to step up.
The Silver Age is long gone. This is the modern, gritty era. Authority is not to be trusted. Not your parents, not your heroes, not your government.
Wow, heavy stuff. But I'm still giving old Lace a kawaii verdict. She's a good dinosaur. You cannot convince me otherwise.
And I am sticking with derivative. It's Jurassic Park meets a teen soap opera, but I will concede that Alex Wilder's tactical planning was surprisingly competent.
Take progress.
Don't push it. Now, before we wrap up, we have a directive.
The code.
Listen closely. The letter is A. We have to amplify the algorithm, activate the alerts, and assemble in the archive.
Yada. We finished the stack.
Barely. I feel like I need to go sweep the perimeter for genetically engineered reptiles now.
I'll get you another tea while you're gone.
Absolutely no cheese foam.
I'm ordering you extra cheese foam.
Why are you like this?